Hey again, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. So I'm down in the basement grow space today doing a bit more seed starting, but I got 2 more packages of seed orders in, and these are orders that I have not shared with you guys. So I thought it would be fun to do an unboxing video of those for you. And then I also want to give you an update on how all of my cut flowers that I started in the previous video are doing. If you watched that a few videos ago, you know I did a whole bunch of seed starting, and I'm looking at them right now. There's a lot of green, a lot of growth. They're all looking really good. So I thought I would give you an update on that. But we'll do the unboxing first. I have 2 different companies. The first one, the big white envelope, this is from Sunflower Selections, and this is where I get all of my sunflower seeds. If you haven't shopped with them before, it's a really great website. I'm not affiliated with them or anything. They just have a really good website and really great prices. Their variety is amazing, so check them out. So we'll go through that one. And then I have another Johnny's order. So probably a few weeks ago, Johnny's actually reached out to me and they wanted to use one of the photos that I had shared on my Instagram account in their marketing. And I said, yes, of course. And then they sent me, for me letting them use it, they sent me a gift card in the mail. So of course I had to use it right away, and I ordered some more cut flower seeds. So I want to just open this and show you guys too. But anyway, let's do the sunflowers first. Now, these sunflowers I'm not going to be starting inside. I direct sow all of my sunflowers out right into the garden, which is super easy. And I like to succession plant my sunflowers. I primarily grow the Pro Cut series, which is not a branching sunflower. It's a one and done. And so that's the reason that I do succession planting. These are about 60-day sunflowers. So, gosh, I'm having trouble getting this open. Do I have the scissors? Oh, there we go. So they are a 60-day sunflower, which means from the time that I plant them till the time they bloom is about 60 days, which is really quick. And I will plant these out once the risk of frost is past. And then I usually sow a few hundred every couple weeks. That gives me a continuous supply of sunflowers all the way through the growing season. The last sunflowers that I typically plant are about mid-July, and then that gets me into October. So I don't even remember what I ordered. How many kinds did I order? 4. Now I do still have some sunflowers left over from last year, so I will be planting those. And I will put pictures up on the screen as I say these. Now, it looks like, if I remember right, the sunflowers that I'm going to be planting that are from last year's stock are the Pro Cut Plum, which I don't do a ton of those. I feel like those don't have as good a vase life as some of the others, but I like some of those mixed in for variety. So the Pro Cut Plum and then the Pro Cut Red are some that I will plant in July because those are beautiful for fall. I also have some double dandies left over from last year that I'm going to be sowing this year. But the sunflower that I got the most seeds of this year, this is 1,000 pack, and this is the Pro Cut Orange Excel. Just the great, normal, traditional looking sunflower, you know, very recognizable, great color. Then I got the Pro Cut Brilliance, which I grow every year. And then these 2 are going to be new to me. So these are just 100 packs. This is the Pro Cut Yellow Light. I really just wanted to see the coloring on this. Last year I grew the Pro Cut Peach and I thought it was really cool. It had, you know, a little bit of a pinkish hue to it. But the Pro Cut Yellow Light I wanted to try this year. And then the Pro Cut Bravo. This one's going to be new to me this year. So I just got 100 of that. So I have 1,700 sunflower seeds here. So this stock plus the ones I have from last year should definitely get me through the whole season. Also, Pro Cut Gold Light is a really good one. I have a bunch of those left from last year. Those are some of the first ones that I plant in the season. Because of the light center, I just think it looks a little more springy. So those will be planted the end of May and probably some of the first blooms I'll have. So then let's unbox this Johnny's order. And again, I don't totally remember what's in here. I know it's all cut flowers. Okay. Looks like I got 10 different varieties. Oh, and some of these I'm going to be starting today. I can already tell. All right, so the first one is a Gomphrena Audrey White. I typically grow this every year. This is a little more of a branching variety versus some of the others that grow a little bit like the QIS that grow more tall and single stem. This I'm going to mainly grow for drying, but I won't be starting this for a few weeks yet. Then I got more straw flower of the Cranberry Rose. I think this is a new variety this year on the Johnny's website, and I already ordered this previously, but I just wanted more. So I'm going to actually be starting this today, so I'm going to set that aside. Then I got a Snapdragon. This is one that I have never grown before. This is the Canes or Cons Orange. I probably am not saying that right. It just looked really pretty. I think this typically is a earlier blooming or a quicker blooming Snapdragon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that that was really pretty, so I wanted to try that. And then I got the Orleans Red. This is one I'm going to be starting a little later and hopefully can have fall blooms. That's a really great fall color. All right, then I got the Ami. It's called Purple Kisses or Dara. I grow this every year. I actually went to order this off of Geo, and for some reason, I don't know that I've ever noticed this before. They said they would not ship this particular variety to the state of Iowa. So I'm glad I reordered from Johnny's because I didn't have any left over in my stock, and I like to direct sow this out in the garden every year. So the Dara, it's kind of like the Ami, or it looks like a Queen Anne's lace, but it's dark and it's really pretty. Okay, here's another straw flower. I'm also going to be starting this today. This is the King Size Orange. Got to get both of those going. Then I got another one of this Celosia. This is the Shimmer, and this is a Johnny's bread variety. I ordered one pack of it earlier this year, and I just decided with my gift card I might as well get another packet because I think I'm really going to like it. So I'm going to be starting this probably, I think, the 1st of April. Then, oh, here's another straw flower. I probably should start this today. The Apricot Peach Mix. I've grown this before. It's super pretty. I'm out of it, so I got more. I'm going to start that today. And then I got more of the Amaranth Red Spike. This is a variety that I grow every year. It tends to bloom mid-September for me, which is perfect for the big end of the season market that I do. I didn't have very much of it left, so I thought I might as well just restock on that. And then I ordered one variety of zinnias. This is a new Johnny's bread variety this year. This is called Aurora. And I just think this is so pretty and unique, and you can never have enough zinnias in the garden. Zinnias, I direct sow, so they're super easy to plant. And I usually do a couple different plantings so that I have, staggered, end of the season healthier plants, because zinnias can get a little tired. And so I want them to live on a little bit longer before they get tired because of the big end of the season market that I do. So I think this is probably going to be in my second planting because these colors tend to be more fallish. These are going to be perfect for that big market that I do. So anyway, those are the two new seed hauls that I got. Most of them I'm going to set aside, but I am going to get these straw flowers started today. Straw flowers are known as a cool flower, so you can actually plant them out in your garden earlier than your last frost. And I have a bunch of straw flower, which I'll show you in a second, going already, but I got to get these other three going. And I'm going really heavy on the straw flower this year because I want to save a lot for dry flowers. So I may do a whole seed tray of each of these colors. So that'll be really fun. And just since I have my Post-it handy, I'm doing a bunch of seeds starting this week. I don't know if I'll have time to film a video. It's actually the retail store's spring open house this week. So I have just so much going on. But this is what I'm planning on starting this week. So I'll read through it for you. I need to start some Rudbeckia. I'm still waiting for my Geo order to come. And that is where the bulk of my Sahara Rudbeckia seeds are. So I hope that comes this week because I need to get that started. Straw flower, of course. I'd like to start some more yarrow. If I have any more stock seeds, I need to start those. However, I may have already started everything I have. I'd like to start my status this week. My mahogany splendor hibiscus, I like to start that early because I like to pot those up into 4-inch pots so those plants are a little bit bigger when they go out into the garden. And then if I have time, I'd like to go ahead and start my ageratum and my craspedia. So that is the list for this week. Anyway, now that we have gone through all of that, I'm going to grab the camera and I just want to show you how all of my seedlings are looking so far. And again, this is Monday, March 10th, so still really early in the growing season. So first of all, over here on a grow shelf on their own, these 372 cell trays are all peppers. My husband started his peppers this weekend, so there's nothing coming up yet. But he started all kinds of varieties, and we have 372, gosh, I can't talk, cell trays of peppers. I don't know what the heck we're going to do with that many peppers. Maybe I'll be selling pepper plants or selling peppers at the market. We'll see. So here's a look at how many trays I actually have going right now. I need to get the rest of this shelf hooked up today. I need to fully get these shelves leveled at all. So I need to get some shims because this part of the basement, it kind of slopes down over here. We had this whole basement, new walls poured as part of the building renovation. So it slopes down over here. But then I also have another grow shelf there and then another grow shelf over here. I may add lights to this one because that is all completely level. And then maybe this can just be storage. But so far, here is what I have going on. So if we come in here close, this poor tray is dealing with some algae, and these were really old straw flower seeds. So there is not the best germination. I'd say under half of the cells actually germinated. This is the straw flower bright rose, and I don't even know how old these seeds are, like maybe 7 or 8 years old. So not surprised, but that's okay. I just wanted to use them up. In the back, I think that is more stock that I am still letting germinate. Then this good looking tray, this is my herb garden that I started from seed. So these first 2 cells, those are celery. Those are just not up yet. Though actually, I do see one up. Celery is a little bit slower to germinate. But then we have basil. Actually, let's go this way so I can read it. Basil, oregano, chamomile, cilantro, and this one is thyme, and sage, and parsley. And there are seedlings up in all of those cells. So I thought I'd hop back on camera here really quick. I started all of those herb seeds in a separate video, but the plan with that is I'm going to be thinning those out probably this week. I don't know, I keep adding things to my to-do list, but those will get thinned out. And then once those get a little bigger, I'm going to be potting those up into 4-inch pots so that they can grow on into a little bigger of a plant, somewhat like you buy at a garden center before I plant those out in my green stock. So I'm going to have a green stock vertical herb garden this year. And depending how many of those plants fill it up, I think it has 30 openings. Then I also will have a little bit of room to plant some kale and lettuce in that as well. So that's going to be really fun to have. All right, so back to the tour here. So that was the herb garden. And then over here, this is all stock. Well, actually this one in the back, that I was testing some zinnia germination. I got a few, so we'll have to do a separate video on that, but not very good success. And I think I know why, so I will be sharing that in another video. These 2 meal containers are all stock seeds. This was older stock seed, and they're coming up great. I'm going to let them grow on because I want to thin these out and only plant, depending on how many there are, only plant the ones that will be double blooms. So stay tuned for a video on that as well. Okay, so now we're over to the grow shelf that is full. So starting at the top here, This is a tray of snapdragons looking really good. This is the frappe and the white varieties. And then moving over to this one, I can't read what these are because the tags are backwards, but this is all more snapdragons. And then if we move over to this tray, dealing with a little algae again, this is all yarrow. This is red yarrow and pastel yarrow, and this tray looks to have almost 100% germination. I do still want to start some more yarrow though. All right, so then we move down. This is another tray of snapdragons. Then this is a tray of that cranberry straw flower, and I think, where am I at? This portion of the tray for some reason got dried out. So you can see a bunch of empty cells, and then around the edge and the ends have plants. So maybe some will still germinate, I don't know, but I'm gonna start some more of that regardless. And then this tray is all Fama white pincushion flower. There are 2 to 3 seeds per cell. I just used up a whole packet, so there is a lot of plants there. My plan for this is once they get a little more sizable, these are gonna be potted up. And these are a perennial in my area, so that's gonna really add a lot to the garden. And then let's move down to the bottom shelf. This seed tray that is still covered is the Columbine Barlow mix. These take weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to germinate, so that is still covered. This is a tray of feverfew. There are little plants up in most of those cells. And, oh, the back tray, I think, is echinacea and maybe some more feverfew that were started just a little bit later. I can see the echinacea is germinated, but the feverfew is not. So, things are looking really good. So the seed starting is off to a really good start. If I get these 3 trays of straw flowers started this morning, I'll even feel a little better. Hopefully I can do the rest of this tomorrow. And I also want to try to pop some tomato seeds in some pots too. Actually, let me show you something really quick. So this is how I tend to start my tomato seeds. I grab a 4-inch nursery container and then fill it with pre-moistened seed starting mix. And I put maybe 5 to 10 tomato seeds right in here, cover it with plastic, and use either a rubber band or a hair tie as a humidity dome. These will germinate. I'll let them grow on for a couple weeks, and then these will get immediately potted up into another container. So it's a really quick way to start tomatoes, because tomatoes I'm going to get potted up anyway. So I save a lot of time by starting them this way. My husband did this also with all of his peppers last year, but if I can just get a few tomatoes started, I think that will make me feel really good. Get that checked off the list today anyway. So I better get busy. I will make sure to keep you guys updated on how things are growing. I'll sneak another video in later this week, maybe giving you an update on my ranunculus and anemones and anything else that's going on. So hope you guys are having a great start to the week. Stay tuned for a lot more this growing season as always, and we'll see you soon.